everybody, welcome back. Today I thought I'd do something a little bit different. This last month I have been enjoying a lot of things and I thought I'd share it with you in a cute little April favorites video. April has been a really interesting month. I've been really busy with school, which has honestly taken up most of my time, but I've been taking time to kind of get back into it with myself. I feel like I don't know, honestly, the start of the year, I feel like I lost my spark, if you will, a little bit. So, April has really just been me finding my spark again, for a lack of better words. And yeah, so let's get started. Alright, this month, and actually, for the most of this, actually, I'm lying. For most of my life, I've been a 5-minute makeup kind of girl. Like, just getting up in the morning, I always put on makeup, even if I'm like late to get up and things like that. So, I really have been trying to get on my makeup game a bit more and not just go into the store and pick up like what I see. I really wanted to do a bit more research before like purchasing anything. And that's exactly what I did this month, so I'm very excited to share. First up on the list is the Say Glowy Gel, which if you're on TikTok, I'm sure you have seen this a whole lot. I got mine in the shade Sun Glow, and it's really supposed to give you like that just came back from vacay tan sort of look, which yes, that's exactly what I want because I got really pale over the winter. And also something else is I've been really wanting to try a more like glowy, natural-esque makeup look, which I don't really know if I'm really achieving all that well today, but trust me, I love this thing. It definitely helps me feel a lot more put together. And you know that look where your skin kind of just catches the light just right? Like you just stepped out of a yoga class or you've been sipping on some lemon water. Yes, this product does just that. It really gives you that healthy sort of look, and I love the way it forms such a good base for the rest of my makeup. So next up is the Anastasia Brow Freeze Gel. I have been wanting to switch up my brow routine. I don't know if you can kind of tell from this video. So to be like completely vulnerable, growing up, I had always been really insecure about my brows because yeah, I wasn't exactly blessed with a nice brow shape. I'll insert a picture of me with like my natural brows growing up, and I never really like took notice of it until someone told me in, I think it was like in year 6 or something, someone told me that my eyebrows made me look like an orangutan. And if you don't know what an orangutan is, yeah, so that stuck with me. It basically led to me being really insecure about my brows and kind of overdoing it. I will say I overdid it. After the pandemic, I tweezed them so much to the point where I literally had no brows at one point. A dark moment in my life. And so ever since then, I've just been trying to grow my brows back and also go for a more natural, like trying to love how my shape is on its own without filling it in too much. So I've really been loving this product. I feel like it's really helping me on my brow journey and the current brow journey that I'm on. And so yeah, I just go in with this and then I just try and fill in the edges because on the edges I am quite sparse naturally. So yeah, I just go in with a brow pencil on the edges after using this, which honestly, so obsessed. I don't know why I didn't get in tune to this earlier. Okay, the last thing for my April favorites makeup section is the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder Blush. This, I've been seeing so much on TikTok about this actually, alongside the Blurring Balm Powder foundation sort of thing. This is honestly, this almost also made the list, but I need to use it a bit more to try and figure out how much I want to use on my skin. But I really do like the formula in this. Back to my blush, because the reason why this made it on the favorites list and not the other one is because I've been on the hunt for a good blush. I was kind of in my liquid blush era for a little bit, but the liquid blush does not ever stay clean in my makeup bag. It always leaks for me, and it looks cute, yes, and it's easy to sort of like blend out into different looks, but I was just looking for something else, and this cream blush is literally everything. And when you pair it on top of the Stay Glowy gel, I feel like I look kind of tan right now. And it's only been sunny in New York for like a week, and I haven't really been outside like that. So I feel like these two really give me that tan, healthy island girl look that I have always loved. Next, I want to talk about something I've been watching. I'm sure a lot of us have been watching, The Last of Us. So my personal backstory with this show is that I started it with friends at USC, and we only got through like the first 3 episodes, I want to say, and I never revisited it. Why? I have no idea. But with the new season like currently coming out, I was like, okay, I might as well do it. I mentioned in my last video how like I'm not a zombie gore kind of gal, but how much I've been loving this series, and I'm gonna talk about it again because it really has been a favorite thing of mine this past month. It's just such a great show, honestly. I'm really glad I finally just bit the bullet and finished the first season so that I could be caught up with the episodes coming out now. It's beautifully, beautifully brutal, quiet in moments that you don't really expect, and loud in all the right ones too. I think it's one of the best depictions of love and grief on TV that I've seen in a long, long time, and I see a lot of people hating on TikTok. People who played the game really like are mad about the show for so many reasons, and I guess all I have to say is I'm glad I didn't play the game because I'm really, really enjoying it. Alright, moving on to my favorite things that I'm listening to this month. I fell into a deep, deep Tracy Chapman hole this month. I don't know why I never listened to her music before. It kind of all started when I saw a tweet about how quietly radical she is, and I literally think there couldn't be a better description for her as an artist. She was making such deeply vulnerable, politically sharp music in the 80s and 90s, all while not compromising herself. I've been listening nonstop to her self-titled debut album. I literally just have no words. I mean, we all know Fast Car. That's the song that I knew before as well. But the other songs on there, Behind the Wall, Talking About a Revolution, like quite literally floored. And I don't have a record player. I only have one vinyl, and that's my beloved Sweet Sexy Savage vinyl. But I do obviously have a dream list of vinyls to own, and this one is my latest addition to it because I think there's just this gentleness in her voice that really makes you lean in, and knowing that she's kind of lived her life out of the spotlight, never really catering to her fame or spectacle, I think kind of mystifies her in a really cool way, and it makes her music all that more powerful to me. Like, I literally wish I could be quiet about what I'm doing and create beautiful things like that, but no, here I am instead. But yeah, anyways, Tracy Chapman's self-titled debut album, an April fave. It's a forever fave at this point, but yeah. Alright, moving on. I talked about this in my last video, but The Hunger Games. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it again. Okay? Alright. When I last spoke to you, I had just finished The Hunger Games, the first one, and now I am about halfway through Catching Fire. This copy I got from the libraries a lot is in much better condition than The Hunger Games. But, no complaints. The content is still fire, okay? I literally don't know how I missed the boat when everybody was, like, obsessed, because I think that this series is pretty much a founding father of, like, the 2012 zeitgeist. I also recently just learned the word zeitgeist. If I could have an April fave for words, I would use zeitgeist. Anyways, yeah, I missed the boat when everybody was obsessed with the series. I don't know why. I was too busy reading John Green and Tumblr poetry when I really should have been fighting to the death in District 12, I fear. But yeah, like I said, with all the buzz around Sunrise on the Reaping, I just had to get involved. I simply had to, and I'm literally so glad I did. Everything else on my reading list has taken a temporary backseat until I get to Sunrise on the Reaping. I feel like I have to kind of calm down whenever I talk about it, because like I feel like everybody was obsessed with it, obsessed with the books like in their youth, and I'm only like hopping on that bandwagon now. But I'm here, guys. I'm here. And on that note, another April fave has been my library card. I really have been. You know what? I should have done this from the start. I don't know why I didn't. Guys, I have really been loving this thing so much. Not only just like visiting different public libraries in Brooklyn, but I think that it's really helped me save a lot of money, because I was spending money on books towards the end of last year like crazy. And books aren't cheap. Books aren't cheap. Unless you get them secondhand, of course, which of course I got involved with that too. I think it's been really great because it's allowing me to be more intentional with the things I purchase. And I'm not just talking about books. I think I kind of want to be with that way with everything I own in life. I don't know, I'm really feeling this sort of sense of impermanence lately, and I just want to be super, super intentional and buy things that are meaningful to me. And yeah, all of that is to say is I love my library card, and I've taken out so many books already, so that's another issue. But it's been so much fun. Moving on to the very last section for this video, food and kitchen apparel, if you will. First up, a purchase I thought was gonna be like this huge big girl purchase, but it ended up being like $30 or something like that, was my pestle and mortar. I love this thing so much. It's just a simple stone one, and I've only used it to make sambal and peanut sort of sauce for my ayam gabot, which I will get to. And listen, smashing chilies, garlic, nuts with your own hands, like there is something so therapeutic and spiritual and meditative about it. It's messy, it's loud, but it's so satisfying, and I'm deeping it a lot here, I do realize, but it does feel really ancestral. Like it makes me feel really connected to home, to my mom, especially back home, because she uses it a lot back home. And I remember like I would literally be able to hear her smashing away in her stone pestle and mortar and being like, oh my god, like that's really irritating. But I think now like I'm finding a little escape in it, and honestly it's kind of like my own version of boxing, if you will, to let off some steam, because I do be getting stressed. Yeah, my pestle and mortar, like I knew it was gonna deliver delicious food, but I did not think it was gonna be this therapeutic tool, and it is, and I love it so much. I already kind of mentioned this, but my favorite recipe slash favorite thing that I've been cooking this month is ayam gabot. Literally, my family and I were ayam gabot monsters over the summer last year, and we were just on the hunt to try and find the best one. And I think the reason why we love it so much, well, at least I have a verbal confirmation from like my brother, but me and my brother, we have the same favorite meal, and it's essentially just rice, fried chicken, sambal, and soy sauce, or kicap manis, which is like sweet thick soy sauce. Staple. And guess what? That is exactly what ayam gabot is, with the added little flavor of the peanut sauce. Actually, I'm lying. It's not even peanuts. It's cashews, because all of that is to say I've been making ayam gabot myself, because yes, New York has a lot of good Malaysian food, but I fear no one has ayam gabot, guys. No one is making ayam gabot. So I've been really enjoying making it myself. The first time I made it, I was like, okay, like this is okay, it'll do for now, but I was really determined to try and get like everything down correct, like cooking the chicken, the spices I was boiling it in, adding things to my sambal, making it my own. And I feel like I've come to a pretty good recipe now, which I am so obsessed with. I literally, the last time I made it, I made the sambal in a huge batch and just kept snacking on it for the rest of the week, which was everything. It was everything. All right, last but not least, and as I'm saying this, I feel like it's kind of an anticlimactic close to this video, but olives. I was never an olive girl. Like, if anything, I think I was pretty. Okay, I was gonna say I was aggressively anti olive, but I didn't mind it on my pizzas and stuff. But I recently tried the ones that are stuffed with garlic. And I've been loving making tin fish plates with some olives, crackers, some sambal in there. It's such a good low effort, high vibe dinner, which is always gonna be a good time. So yeah, I really like the olive stuff with garlic, and I've recently transitioned over to the olive stuff with pimento peppers. I'm so glad that I've been converted into an olive girly because it's everything. And now I'm so excited to gaslight myself into liking martinis with olives in them. I think I'm still a long way away from that, but we'll get there. And when I do, I'll let you know. So, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed me yapping about things I've enjoyed in April. This has been really fun. I really like reflecting on the things I've been doing and purchasing and using. And as always, I'll see you next time.